Hey guys, welcome back to today's YouTube video. So as you guys know, we have season 7 out. We have lots of buffs and lots of nerfs as well. So starting off the list, we have some honorable mentions. And the first one's actually the Rust, which most of they did actually get a small buff. So this is a build I'm using here. This is really good at close and mid-range. To be honest, the RUs doesn't really have that much recoil. So this gun's good for beginners too. So for CR56, this gun is also another really good gun. You can feel free to use this gun fully auto, or you can use it semi-auto if you want. I'll move on to the semi-auto loadout in a second here. So this is a fully automatic loadout I'm using, and this gun is actually really good at close range to mid range too. And this gun basically has the recoil is really low, so basically it's really controllable too. ADS time is really good, so try this gun out if you rank if you want to. This is a marksman rifle / AR build I'm using. This gun is actually really good. If you watched my previous video, you would know that this gun is really good considering that there's no recoil and it's a 2-shot fire rate's really good, time to kill it's really good too. So this is a build I'm using, and this gun is it's an assault rifle, but it can basically turn into a marksman's rifle or a sniper, whatever you want to call it. Moving on the list, we have the FEDEX, which recently did actually get a nerf as well, but it still is pretty good, especially with its high fire rate and its high mobility. This gun is really good for S&D, for people who like to play aggressive, who like to push. This gun is really good, especially with its hip fire, the RTC laser work. This is a really good attachment, so if you like playing aggressive and S&D, this definitely will be the build for you to try out and search and destroy. On the list, we have the DLQ. This has a really good scope in time, but if you miss the first shot, the hit flinch is really bad when enemies shoot at you, so also recommend using MIB strike stock. Also put toughness on too. This is basically a really standard ADS time build, and I'm basically also focusing on hit flinch too. Basically try this out if you like sniping. Also use this as SMD is really good too. Last gun we have on the honorable mention list is the LK24. Recently didn't receive a buff, but still this gun is like not the best considering the time to kill is not the best at close range. Other guns like QQ9, MX9 can outgun it, but if you're a passive player for mid to long range, this gun could be for you. The 8 DS bullet spread and recoil on this gun is a bit high though, so just be aware, but this gun is pretty good for mid to long range, so try it out and rank if you want. So number 5 on the list we have is a Type 25. We recently received a really big buff for the RTC steady stock. It increases the ADS bullet spread along with the hit flinch as well. This is a build I'm using. This build has really good ADS time. It can be used at close to mid range too. Also long range, the recoil is not that bad at control, so yeah, if you see my recent video you will see how good the Type 25 is. And yeah, this is the build I'm using, and that's all. Number 4 on the list we have the MX9. This gun is really good at close range. It absolutely shreds. I say it's probably one of the fastest guns for time to kill, so what I'm using is built-in silencer. If you don't shoot gun silence, you can switch it up for MIP like extended if you want. Basically this is a really good build. I'm using hybrid mag instead of large caliber. You can feel free to switch it out for whatever you prefer, and yeah, this gun is really good at close range. It absolutely shreds. One of the fastest killing SMGs. Number 3 is the ASL, which did receive a nerf, but with this attachment sleight of hand, it does actually make the gun even better, considering the only nerf that the ASL got was the decreased reloading time, but just add sleight of hand on it and doesn't even make a difference. This is a build I'm using. As you can see here, I switch it off with using the Python foregrip instead. Normally I would use the operator foregrip, but I decided to switch it up, and this is the current build I'm using. Also the MIP is really good for close range for hip fire, considering the ASL is not the best at close range because of slow ADS time, but this build is really good at close and mid range too, so try that on rank and this gun will absolutely carry you. Number 2 on the list, it was a hard decision, but the number 2 on the list was the Holger. This gun still remains one of the best guns, considering that it did get a nerf and a nerf and another nerf, a small nerf here and there, but still this gun is really good. This is like more of a SMG build. I say SMG more than LMG build because I have MIP short barrel on it. Basically it makes the ADS time really quick. This gun can be used at close and mid range too. The recoil is not that high. Basically just kicks high, so just basically drag down on your screen, and there's like no recoil. As you can see here, I switched it up my build with tactical suppressor instead of monolithic suppressor, because I don't need that just extra 8 range of boosts, considering the Holger has 60 range, which is really broken. So this is a build I'm using, and yeah. Number 1 on the list we have the recently buffed PP19. Because I know PP19 did receive a small buff, which makes the gun even better. So basically PP19 is good for bots, good for tryhards, if you're a noob, if you're a pro, whatever. This gun is good for you. Like basically, like it's not the attachments that's making you good, it's basically just the gun that's making you good. So yeah, this build is designed kind of more for close to mid range, I would say. So if you're an aggressive or SMG player, I recommend you try out this build. If you like to play passive, or if you're new to the game and you can't really control recoil, I say this is a more build for it. This is a long range build, or if you want to get a nuke and just play passive, this is also a really good build for you. And yeah, this is my long range build for PP19. Basically because it's customizing, making some attachments here and there, change some, basically make it your gun and make it what fits your playstyle the best. And yeah, that wraps up today's video. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe and smash the like button, and yeah, comment down below what you think and any suggestions, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.